All right, we
All
are
right.
live. Awesome. So I'm here. I'm Susie. I'm here with Mandy and Aaron, and I'm so excited that you guys are joining us. I'm just going to do a quick test on YouTube to make sure it's working, and it is. Awesome. Okay, so thank you guys for taking time out of your busy evening to get on live with us tonight to talk to us and listen to us and about how we got started into this awesome coaching opportunity and how you too can get started, and a little bit about the nitty gritty, some about the community, some about the accountability, how we fit it into our busy schedules, and how we share it and how we invite people to join us. So really quickly, I want to share with you guys how I got started. I used to be a gym rat. I'm an art teacher full time, and I would go to the gym before school. I would go to school, stay at the gym late or stay at work late, and then I would just go right home and crash. And when my coach Kristen reached out to me, she was like, "Hey, because I'd been complaining about being at a plateau in my personal journey. I wasn't seeing results with all of the effort I had been putting in at the gym." I even had a personal trainer who was absolutely incredible. He was an ex-Redskins trainer. So I was doing the right stuff and I was eating clean. I just wasn't eating enough. And when Kristen invited me to do the 21-day fix, I said, sure, why not? I'll give it a try. And I dove right in. And within 21 days, I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches, and I pretty much never looked back. And that's kind of how I got started. I no longer work out of the gym. My gym is my basement, and I absolutely love it. I'm saving money, and I'm saving so much time just by waking up, rolling out of bed, and pushing play in the basement with all of my closest friends on the other side of my screen. So that's kind of how I got started. I never thought I would love working out at home as much as I do, but I truly, really enjoy it. And I'm so blessed by this team and the opportunity that was presented to me. And so I decided that I would give coaching a shot. And here I am almost, well, I just hit my 3-year coach anniversary in January or December, I guess, end of December. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to let Erin take it over and share a little bit about her.
Hi, guys. So I have been a coach for a year this month. My Beachbody journey started about 15 months ago. I had gained a ton of weight. I was begging doctors for an explanation, and they were basically like, you have to move more and you have to incorporate weights. There's nothing wrong with you. But I was pre-diabetic at the time. Things were just out of control. I'm a single mom, so time is limited and money is limited, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I originally signed up for 21 Day Fix and figured I'm just going to do it. I'm going to try, I'm going to do the best I can and see how it goes. And after 2 months, I had lost almost 30 pounds and loved being a part of the message boards, loved the accountability, loved the convenience. I mean, 30 minutes a day, I could get it done at home. My kids didn't have to be toted all over the place. And it was just a really supportive environment, which I thought that I did not need. And so when I was approached about being a coach, like most people, I said no, because I thought that's just more time. It's more stuff that I should use. It's more that I can't do. Um, and ultimately, the idea of getting a discount, being able to add more products to what I was using that was working, and people had started asking me what I was doing. So it was really kind of a natural progression. I said I wasn't going to go all in, and that changed in like a week. Because once I started getting that feedback and meeting the team and really getting into it, I realized this is just the place that I want to be. And it's not a job and it's not something else on my to-do list. It's really a place where you can grow as a person and work on yourself and help other people. And so that was kind of how I got into the whole coaching thing. So Mandy's going to tell you how she got started, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Hey guys, I'm Mandy. Thanks for being on tonight. And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story. I've been a coach for 3 years as of February, and I started with Susie. Susie and I went to college together, and without giving a ton of background, I basically was in a very low spot with my self-confidence and just everyday life of wearing clothes and just being so uncomfortable in my own skin that I reached out to Susie after I saw her posting about the 21 Day Fix. And so that's where I started with 21 Day Fix. In my first round, I lost, I think it was like 12 or 13 pounds and something like 10 inches. Like, it was insane. And I instantly became obsessed and became a coach. Since then, 3 years later, I've lost 80 pounds and I've completed, I think like 6 or 7 programs, but it's been quite the journey. And so I obviously became a coach because I loved what it was doing for me. And I was really excited to have the opportunity to give that back to people. So, the first thing that we're actually going to talk about tonight is when you are a coach, there is a whole other community that you get from being a coach. So, if you say yes, like Erin was like, I wasn't going to go all in, but then I did go all in. When you go all in, you're not alone. I think that a lot of people get worried that you say yes and then it's like, what do I do now? The coolest thing about this job is that you really do have coworkers. You can't really call them coworkers, but you have a team that you're constantly talking to. You have an entire library of resources to help you. So it's not like you have to just create things on your own. 3 years in, like, we're still constantly talking to each other. Susie and I talk every day, and she gives me advice. I give her advice. We support each other. And it's the same thing. Erin, we are all, there's a team page on Facebook. And like I said, just so many resources. So you are definitely not alone. When you say yes to this opportunity, and it doesn't have to be, scary, and you don't it is even a lot of like your own thinking, like you want to put your spin on it, but you have all the tools are there for you. So it's a really neat community. Another fun thing is how often we get together. We really try to see each other. We have different events, Summit and Super Saturdays, that bring us together in person, because a lot of our FaceTime is like this online, but it's so awesome to get that in-person experience as well. So I think Erin is on next, and she's going to talk to you about her experience as a coach.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, like Mandy said, when you get started, because that part is super intimidating. And you can go in it at any different level. I mean, I did it because I wanted a discount on shakes. And for like 3 days, I thought that that was all this was going to be. And then you can also make it a hobby. So you kind of share what you do, but you don't really make it a priority. Or you can go all in, whether it's all in as a part-time job that you might make full-time someday, whether it's you're a stay-at-home mom and you want to make this your primary source of income. Whatever it is, it's up to you. But I think one of the biggest things is when you get started to know that you're always a challenger too. We're all challengers. We're all working on our own journey, and we help and support each other and have the same insecurities that I did before I became a coach. And I also am building the confidence just like I did before I became a coach, and helping other people to be able to do that. So one of the things that I think is super important is when you start, you're still working on yourself. And that was one of my hesitations. I'm not where I want to be, so how am I going to help other people? But the reality is, all of us as coaches are working on ourselves every day. We're drinking the shake, we're taking the supplements if we want to do that. We're working on a program. We're reading personal development to better ourselves. And we're just inviting people to do that with us. So you don't have to start some big thing on your own. You can basically say, listen, I've been working with a coach. This is what I've been doing. This is my success. Do you want to come and join me? And that's literally how coaching starts. Is you are working on your own journey, you're bettering yourself, you're part of a team that's helping you do it, and then you're telling people about it and you're inviting them to join you. And for all of us, that's how we help each other. Even now, I'll say, I need a recipe for this, or what program, or this was hard, or I'm not sure if my form is right. and we're working on ourselves. And that is what's really cool, that you can continue your journey and find success and work on you while helping others. You're not abandoning your own situation. So if you're new and you're learning and you're doing all of that, then that is perfect, because that's all what we're still doing too. We're just talking about it and getting other people to join us and learning it all too. So that's, you know, kind of how your first month goes, your first couple months go. It's really, you know, up to you how you do it, and just talk about what you're doing. And we'll help you do it and help you with your posts. And even now we still send posts to each other and say, you know, what do you think of this? Is this picture okay? Or whatever, because we're all here to help you and we're all working on ourselves. So I'm going to give you to Susie, who is going to talk about kind of fitting it all in.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Mandy, for sharing all that awesome information. So like Erin said, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I fit it all in. So I'm a full-time teacher. For any of you that are teachers, you know that we have jam-packed schedules. That means we are not on our phones. We are rarely on the computer during the day. So when I'm at school, I'm 100% devoted to my kids, my students, whatever my lessons are. Sometimes I have time to check my phone or my messages during the day. I like to take some time during my lunch break to kind of check in with my challengers, see where they're going, see if my team needs my help. But again, when I'm at school, that's pretty much time for my school, my job, my other job. The same with Erin when she's at her other job. She's got to do her job. So the beauty of this business is you're your own boss. So you get to call the shots. You get to figure out when you're going to devote your time to your business. And if you want to run in this business, you can run. If you want to walk and go as slow as you want, there are different kinds of coaches, just like Erin mentioned, and you get to decide how fast you're going to go and how much you're going to devote to it. And then whatever you put into this business, that's what you're going to get out. You know, so there are $1 million coaches on our team, and there are 6-figure coaches on our team, and they put in the effort to get that income, to get that paycheck. So if you want to be one of those coaches, it's absolutely possible. The possibility is endless, but again, you have to put in the effort. So if you want to walk, that's fine. But like Mandy said, the resources that our team has in the community, there's always so much there to provide support for you and all of the other coaches on the team. So the biggest fear that most of us have as a coach is, how am I going to add one more thing to my plate? How am I going to I can't even add 15 minutes extra to my plate right now because my schedule is so crazy. How am I going to meal prep? How am I going to work out? How am I going to take my kids to Kiss and Ride and work out and do all of these things and run a new business and be my own boss? Like, that's crazy, right? How am I going to do it? But again, you get to make the rules. So here's a look at my day. I get up and I work out in the morning, and I'm surrounded by my accountability group. I have never been in the best shape. I've never been in this great shape because of the accountability that my challengers and my team are giving me. By 7 a.m., I've already got my workout in. I've already got my first meal of the day. I've got the rest of the day to take as I want. I get in the shower. I get ready for work. As I'm getting ready for work, I'm listening to some sort of training or personal development, or I'm jamming out to music. Depends on my mood for that day. You know, I get to call the shots, and then I go to work. I teach for the day, and then I come home. I eat dinner with my husband. I do some work before bed, and then I go to bed and I do it all over again. Every day is not like that. There are some days when I have a jam-packed schedule in the night, and I can only do power pockets. And something that a power pocket is, that's 20 minutes. 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and 20 minutes here. Last night, I worked a 12-hour day. That's crazy. How am I going to add 15 minutes or even 15 minutes to an hour of working my own business into my crazy scheduled day? It's insane, right? But I can do it because I put little pockets throughout my day. So I take some time in the morning to put a pocket of checking in with my challengers, inviting people to join my challenge groups because they want to get in the best shape of their life. So I'm continuing those conversations. In the morning, I spend 15 minutes doing that. And then before I go and teach my evening paint party, I go and spend 15 more minutes following up, reaching back out, responding to those conversations, and then continuing to share and invite other people. So it's all about how you schedule it out. And honestly, if I can do this with my schedule, and if Erin can do this as a single mom, helping her kids grow up and be amazing, anybody can do this. Mandy's a full-time teacher too. Like, we all can do this. And again, you get to make your own schedule. So if you decide that you only want to be a Monday through Friday coach, and you only want to show up Monday through Friday, and you want to take off the weekends, that's fine. You get to be your boss. But the thing is, when you don't show up on those days, Monday is going to be a little bit harder to get back on track. It's just like with a workout program, like when you're trying to get in the best shape of your life, you work out Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, you eat pizza and ice cream all day, and then you try and get back on the wagon on Monday. We all know how that goes. We've been there, done that. So, that's kind of how I do it. Again, I thought the same thing when I first started coaching. I was like, no way am I going to be able to add one more thing into my schedule, but I can take my business anywhere. So last night, I didn't need my computer to check in with challengers. I just used my phone. When I'm sitting in traffic, this is dangerous, but when I'm sitting in traffic and I'm not moving, not texting and driving, not moving, I'm talking like standstill traffic, nobody's moving, my foot is on the brake, it's a red light, I can take a second to check in with a challenger or send a voice message or message to one of my teammates being like, hey, like Erin said, I need somebody to check over this picture. Do you think this is crazy? Should I share this? I can take some time when I'm at a red light. I'm not encouraging this. I'm just saying that's the reality, like you get to decide when you get to fit in your business. So that's kind of how I do it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. You get to call the shots. You're your own boss. You work when you want to. You fit in those power pockets. And again, if I can do this, anybody can do this. We all can do this. I mean, there are nurses who work 12, 14-hour days on our team. There are full-time moms who work 60 hours with 3 kids. I mean, there are every type of walking person is on our team, and we have all done it. And again, if you want to run, you can run, or if you want to walk, you get to walk, you get to call the shots. So that's the beauty of this business. So that's kind of the cool thing about Beachbody is you get to put in as much as you want or put in as little as you want. And like Erin said, you can be a discount coach or a hobby coach, or you can be an all-in coach. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share about time. I didn't know, and I also do, before we hop off and finish our call, I did want to share one of the other things that I really like about coaching, and that's one of my favorite things. And I encourage Erin and Mandy to share that as well when I'm done. But one of my favorite things about coaching is the recognition and the rewards that Beachbody, does. They like to highlight all of their coaches for their hard work and for putting in, the efforts to help end obesity and help other people get on their journeys. And one of the coolest things that they do is they reward coaches by sending them on these amazing trips. The top 10 coaches went to Europe last year because they are just that badass, and they get to go on this like full expense paid excursion, and it's absolutely incredible. And then I went to Punta Cana last year. Mandy's going to Mexico in a few weeks with her husband, and it's all paid for. She just has to fly there. I mean, how cool is that? Because of her hard work. And then, there's just, we get t-shirts, we get books, we get bracelets, swag, just for doing our job and helping other people. And I love teaching, but it's so nice to get that recognition as a coach, because we don't get it enough teaching. And that's one of the coolest things and one of my favorite things about coaching. So Erin or Mandy, either of you, if you want to unmute yourself and just share a little bit about one of your favorite things, if you want to highlight it.
All right. I guess I have a couple. Real quick. One is I love that I can do this and be a role model to my kids. I use them as an excuse for so long of I don't have time, they need me, they need this. They love this. I don't really know why, but they think it's the coolest thing that I do this, that I help people. They love watching my workouts. And so it's really cool to see them and be able to show them that when you want something, you can work for it. And first it was my weight loss journey, and it was losing 65 pounds. And now it's building a business and continuing to work on myself. because I want them to both grow up and know that those things are possible. The other thing is when you help people and you see their results and you get those messages that they're excited. I've had 2 people recently get into pre-pregnancy jeans, and jeans are like the challenge that we all face all the time. And so to reach that point that you're back in your pre-pregnancy jeans is the coolest thing ever. And to know that me sharing my journey and me doing this with someone else helped them feel the way that they felt when they could get those jeans on, there is nothing better. That is when you're like, this isn't work. This isn't a job. This is just amazing that I like get to build a business and have people get results like that and share their excitement. So those are a couple of my favorite things. I'll let Mandy tell you hers.
I too have a few things that I really enjoy about this job. The first thing is probably what it has done for my kind of like mental state. This job really pushes me to take care of myself and to both, mentally and physically. I do a lot of professional development with this job, and it flows into other parts of my life. It flows into being a wife. It flows into being a teacher. It flows into being a good friend. It flows into being a good coach to my challengers. And so I think that's one big thing. I love teaching and it's super rewarding, but as a teacher, I don't take care of myself. And this kind of forced me to. So it has made me a better teacher and a better wife for so many reasons. Another thing is, like Susie mentioned, the recognition. I think any job these days is so you just don't get recognition from the people you're working with and your bosses and your higher ups, I think, in any position. And so to work for a company that is so willing to reward you and shout you out and recognize you for what you're doing is incredible. It's an incredible feeling. And I can't wait to go to Mexico and see, what they're going to give us, or, what they have planned for us just for doing well in our business. And then I also agree with Erin. I think it's that feeling that you get when you help people. I have a really good friend that has been on this journey with me for about 2 years. She has 3 kids under the age of 5, a little boy and then 2 twins. So she had all of her babies very quickly and she carried twins. And she is somebody that I am grateful I get to see on a regular basis. And she is constantly saying, I'm here because of you. And I laugh. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like, you're doing this yourself. And she puts in all the work. But it feels so good to hear that. And that she appreciates me so much. And we play off of each other. Like I work with her and she'll be like, I avoided the donuts. And I'm like, me too. And so it is a really incredible feeling to get that. And that I can't remember if it was Erin or Susie that said, we are still challengers. We are human beings working on our journeys all the time. And so I need her as much as she needs me. So Susie, if you want to wrap it up for us.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing those tidbits. And yeah, I mean, like Mandy said, there is no better feeling than getting that text message saying, because of you, I'm here. Because of you, I'm where where I'm standing today is because of you. And one of the stories that sticks out in my mind the most is when one of my she's a coach on her team now. When one of my challengers, she messaged me a couple months ago actually, and she was like, I just wanted to tell you how thankful I am for joining you. She was like, I've been working out my entire life. I've always been a marathon runner. I've been someone who bikes over 30 miles a day. And she was like, I didn't know that my body was capable of this. She was like, I've always been really fit. She was like, but I didn't know that I had 25 pounds to lose. She was like, I didn't know that I could see muscles and shred like this at my age. And it's those little things, and it's those little pictures and the reminders that because of me, because I did my job and because I helped somebody else, she's able to say those things. And there's no better feeling than knowing that I've inspired and I've motivated somebody to get off the couch and feel healthier and make better food choices and just fit in their pre-pregnancy genes. There's no better feeling. I mean, no money in the world can match that feeling. And that truly is one of the top reasons as to why myself, and I know both Mandy and Erin, are still coaches today. So I just wanted to take some time to thank you guys again for joining us on tonight. We really enjoyed having you listen, and we are really excited for many of you, because I know we've been talking about it today, are talking about signing up as a coach and what the next steps are. So as you guys know, you know how to reach us, you know how to contact us, and we will be talking to you guys later tonight and tomorrow. So I'm really excited for all of you, and you know who you are. I know who I'm talking to. Erin and Mandy also have coaches who are on, or challengers who are on the cusp of signing up, because they're ready to take the plunge and do it. And just remember that if you guys do sign up, you are not alone in this. We are there every step of the way. And I remember when I signed up and I was like, oh shit, now what? You know, but literally there's so much. Our team is such an amazing community. The accountability is incredible, and just the support system we have. And the fact that Mandy gets to go to Mexico, and I'm so jealous, because I know you're going to have an incredible time, and Beachbody knows how to spoil their coaches. So that's all I'm going to say. So thank you guys again. Have a wonderful night. And I can't wait for you guys to be at the next Beachbody event with us, at our next team event. So bye, guys.